Remember when they passed NAFTA and they said that'll help stem illegal immigration because it'll make Mexico wealthier, and a wealthier Mexico would lead to people staying at home? Well, you might not remember that. I do. That was one of my biggest arguments. I said, hey, we don't like all this illegal immigration. The way to solve illegal immigration is to make the country from which these immigrants are coming wealthier, so they don't want to leave. Now, an argument can be said, well, Guatemalans and Hondurans are coming here as opposed to Mexicans. Yeah, there's some legitimacy to that. But let's not pretend that there is not still a huge group of people coming from Mexico into the U.S., legally or not, all right? And after 20 years of NAFTA, 25 years, right? Yeah, 25 years of NAFTA, we can see the failure that was NAFTA to stem the flow of illegal immigration. I mean, you could even say if Guatemalans are coming here, they're going through Mexico to get here. So why can't Guatemalans then go and work at these wealthy factories in Mexico? Because again, Mexico was supposed to be the beneficiary of NAFTA to create wealth in Mexico that they wouldn't want Mexicans to come up here. And the whole thing is just a fake. I mean, that's the whole thing. I just did a video, a short one, where I was praising Cato Institute, calling out civil asset forfeiture and how much of a scam that is. Well, here we go. Listen to Cato again, talking about the benefits of NAFTA and how Trump is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you guys always say that free trade benefits everybody, and we don't. A, there's no such thing as free trade. There is none. B, how come we can't go back to your arguments of 25 years ago and say, well, this is what you said before, and that did not come to fruition. In fact, the point of origin is the biggest issue, because the Chinese and other countries that are not looking out for our best interest are simply just building factories in Mexico in which to have the point of origin in Mexico, which they can ship here without tariff to benefit the Chinese, which is our enemy. That's not helping Mexico. But the Chinese aren't stupid. They say, if we can get to Mexico factory, we'll build the factory there. We'll send then a tariff-free up through the U.S., up into the U.S. through Mexico, and the U.S. will benefit from free trade, and all that money goes back to China, and they can steal more of our IP, intellectual property. It's just the whole thing. The libertarians, man, I tell you, the theories are great. The reality is never what the theory says. Look, I fell for the NAFTA hook, line, and sinker, as did most people on the right. We bought into it. The facade it was, and on top of that, I'm listening right now, they're saying, oh, there's no tariffs between Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. Okay, well, there is still not going to be tariffs between Mexico, Canada, and the U.S., other than we're going to make sure the point of origin stuff is adhered to. So it's still no tariffs? But it's not about trade between Mexico, Canada, and America, is it, Hato? It's about trade where you can build factories in Mexico and send your goods up here with cheap, in fact, slave labor from China to take out our own industries. I just don't get why people can't see this. It's so flippin' obvious what's happening. They're using slave labor. North Korea sends their goods to China, or China hires out North Korea's slaves. China has their own slaves. They put their freaking product through Mexico in some factory, claim a point of origin is in Mexico, comes up here free of any tariffs, and it kills our industry, and on top of that, China gets the profits to enhance their commie slave state. But Cato Institute says that's great because it keeps the cost of our goods down. But apparently this new thing that Trump does, with the Democrats, by the way, supporting, will make the cost of our goods more expensive, even though they just said that there's still not going to be any tariffs on goods from Mexico, Canada, and America, as long as the point of origin is adhered to. It's just fake, man. It frustrates me because I fell for this stuff.